What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, I'd like to do a questionnaire with you. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, Digimon have gone and done that thing again, where they have released an official questionnaire, and they have asked for our feedback. They have asked us to answer a bunch of questions. Here's the thing, though. This tells us so much more than it appears to on the face of it. Basically, this tells us things that Digimon are planning to do. Because I want to be super clear about this. And we talked about this when we did the last of the questionnaires, when it came around before. I've taught business for many years. I'm quite a business dude. And I've taught about questionnaires many times before. Because the thing about questionnaires these are not things which are just done for the sake of it. They pay people quite a bit of money to come up with these questionnaires, and questionnaires need to be as short as possible. Because the whole point of questionnaires is that you want people to answer them. And every extra question, every extra option on a question makes people less likely to answer the questionnaire, which makes it less likely you're going to get good data, which makes it more likely that you've wasted time and money doing the questionnaire. So when you see things on a questionnaire like this from Bandai for Digimon, but really for any company, you need to bear in mind it is not just asking questions for the sake of it, because asking questions for the sake of it is exactly the same as spending money for the sake of it. And companies aren't in the business of spending money for the sake of it. So when we're looking at these questions and we're trying to glean stuff from them, it is actually really important to note that yes, it does matter. So it starts off asking the first card game product you ever purchased. And, I mean, for me, right, it started deck 1 to 3. I was here right at the very beginning of the game. I was waiting for it. The first product I ever bought was the Japanese Booster 0.0, which I ordered from Joe Sugoi, because that was literally the first thing that was available to buy, and I was that excited about the game. But this question is really just getting a little bit of extra information. They want to know how long you've been playing, because how long you've been playing will affect how much they care about your answers. I'm sorry about that, I don't want to sound rude, but players that have been playing since the beginning of the game have more insight on the game. I'm sorry if that sounds mean. Have you ever participated in any official online event? Again, this question is important because if you have entered these online events, that is going to make your opinion about online events a bit more valid. Which events have you entered? Now, you can select many of these, and again, this is more fact-finding. Digimon Bandai are trying to figure out what kind of player you are, how long you've been playing the game, how seriously you take the game, etc. This is very important. But then they've got if you skipped or didn't participate, why? And there are some really interesting questions in there. Pricing is not attractive. Now, I personally think the kind of pricing they've been using with event packs and things of that nature are awesome. But maybe you don't, maybe you disagree. And this is Bandai's chance to find out. This is good. You can tell them whether you don't like the pricing or not. The newest cards are not available or legal in my region. Every time Bandai posts anything, anywhere, there's a whole bunch of people complaining that such and such a product is not available wherever they are. Well, this is your chance, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chance to tell them. Replying to the social media post might get their attention. Putting it on this survey absolutely will. I'm tired of the metagame. I've played against too many Jesmon decks lately, as an example. This tells Digimon important stuff. If you're getting tired of the metagame, then Digimon need to find out exactly why that is. They need to work on making it a little bit better. Couldn't register. Sold out. Now, this is really important because, of course, we talked about just the other day about registering for those Digimon TCG finals and how it sold out super quickly. If they get a whole bunch of people who are answering this survey saying, hey, I wanted to take part in your event, but I couldn't because it was sold out, that is going to make them want to add capacity in the future. Tired of online webcam events, want offline events. Now, we all prefer, at least I'm assuming most of us prefer offline events. They're more fun and all of that. The thing is, this is going to potentially affect how keen Bandai are to go to offline events. If everyone's happy with online events, they don't need to rush. If they think they are losing out a significant portion of their player base because they're not offering offline events, they're only doing online, that is going to make them want to run to do offline events more. Concerned about cheating. If you tick that, and enough other people tick it, then Bandai are going to look into what they can do to stop cheating. But if people don't think cheating is a problem, Digimon will use their resources elsewhere. This is why these kind of surveys are very important, because the things you are worried about are the things Bandai are going to fix. If you really want offline events, and that's why you're not taking part in the online events, Bandai are going to focus on that. If too many people are concerned about cheating, Bandai are going to focus on that. But if actually the biggest problem is people like online events but the capacity is too small, then Bandai are going to look at trying to increase the capacity of online events. This is basically, this question is Bandai saying, what should we be focusing on? How should we be putting our time and resources to get you guys playing more? And this is your chance to tell them. Now, there is also another question which I absolutely adore. Which alternate gameplay formats would you be interested in? And there is an option to put other at the bottom. So, for instance, one of the ones that really jumps out to me, let's go through them super quickly. Casual format, players redraw their entire starting hand of 5 cards once per game, and you have a side deck, i.e., decks become super consistent straight off the bat. Rookie format. Main deck is limited to 30 cards, 3 copies of a specific card. So you really need to be a bit more careful with your deck building. Set specific or block format, i.e. have an entire tournament where only BT5 is legal. That would just be an example. I love limited formats, they are fun. Can occasionally be broken if the set is not geared towards limited play, but it's fun. Classic format. Non-security battles are based on type, like the original Digimon card game. But battles between Digimon of the same type are decided by DP. So vaccine beats virus, virus beats data, data beats vaccine. So it's about type, not power, which could make for a really interesting game. That would completely change around the metagame. DP subtraction format. When a Digimon wins a battle against other non-security Digimon, it loses power equal to the original power of the defeated Digimon, at which point there is a good reason to play big things like Phoenixmon. Maybe you start playing that Megazoo deck, because it means you're going to be constantly deleting Digimon who attack the stack. Although you kind of do that already, to be honest with you. But that could be fun. Single color format, although we do see a lot of single color decks at the moment. Overtraining format. Digi-Egg decks include Digimon cards instead of Digi-Egg cards. Digi-Egg cards are placed in a fixed descending order starting at level 3, continuing up to level 7. Cards that ramp to the breeding area, like Mimi, are banned in this format, which makes me sad, right? I love me some Mimi Tachikawa. It's the best tamer we've seen so far. But that could be a really interesting way to mix up and play the game a little bit differently. The one I love, Boss Rush format. Both players start their turns at 10 memory, which means you can always go nuts every turn. Memory Boost format. Players don't switch turns when the memory gauge moves to 1 or more on their opponent's side, but 3 or more, which could make things a bit more interesting. Super Security format. Both players start with 10 security, and all security Digimon have skip the battle and play this card, which could be fun. Recovery cards are banned. That's going to make yellow an awful lot worse. Guardian format. Until they are the final card in the player's security stack, when a security Digimon wins a battle, they're shuffled back into the security. Direct attacks are allowed. Enhanced security, players are unable to attack their opponent directly if they have a suspended Digimon in play. At the end of the battle, if the security Digimon survives, play it without paying its memory cost. Limited card format, main deck can only have 16 unique cards, but up to 4 copies of each card is allowed. Regular rules with additional banned cards, and multiplayer. I like the idea of boss rush. I like the idea of everyone starting with 10 memory and going nuts. But what this is telling you is, firstly, Bandai have got some really good ideas for alternate formats. And secondly, there is a question right at the top. I'm only interested in the regular rules. This gives people the opportunity to basically go, hey, I would like to play in a different kind of game. And this is your chance to tell Bandai. Now, the final question here, what sort of events or content other than tournaments are you interested in? Digimon Showdown online streaming tournaments with prizes? Could be fun. Digimon Con type online event celebrating Digimon? I'd love that if it was offline. Offline event celebrating Digimon? Not a tournament. I would go to that so fast. Card illustration tournament, which we know they are actually doing. Offline card exhibition gallery, I would go to that so hard. Rule explanation video or tutorial, not sure how much that's needed. We've got the app after all. And my favourite, card collaboration with Digimon toys or digital monsters. I will buy any product that has a promo card in. I am regularly importing random things from Japan, magazines mostly, because they've got random promos, and I'm going to keep doing so. I have the Gamamon promo that was included in that issue of Psycho Jump, and frankly, if they do more promos, I will buy them. I have bought every Japanese magazine that has a promo included. I'm not sure if I should be proud of that or not, but I am. So, And I would love them to do more stuff like this. If you wanted me to start buying Digimon toys, all you have to do is put a promo card in and I will buy that toy, no questions asked. But for me, the idea of an offline card exhibition gallery, going and seeing all the cards, especially if they've got original artwork there, would be amazing. So this stuff all sounds awesome. What does this tell you? It tells you Digimon care. It tells you Bandai are constantly thinking about what they should do to make the game better, but it's also saying we care about what you want. So what they're actually doing here is trying to make sure that they put their resources into what we want. And it's not just for being nice. They want to make money at the end of the day, so they're basically asking us to tell them what they should do to get us to spend more money on the game. Which incidentally is really clever business practice. No, I'm not shilling for Bandai. No, I'm not being paid by Bandai. No, this is not a sponsored video or any of the other weird conspiracy theories some people have been leveling at me. It really is as simple as, I love this and I wish every single game did this. There is no guarantee that things like this are definitely going to happen or that all this is going to be acted on. But I will tell you that in the previous questionnaire, they were like, hey, would you use a simulator, a way to play the game like that? And I showed you a video the other day where they're actually kind of doing that. So, yeah, I think this could lead to cool stuff. But I want to know what you think, and I want to know which of these ideas sound particularly good to you. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.